Well, hello, everybody. It's great to see you again. I'm going to have a fun time talking with you guys today about a topic that is going to be really helpful for a lot of you, I think, in figuring out how do you get people to subscribe to your channels, how do you make it easy, and by answering the questions, sorry, I'm getting everything ready now, by answering the questions that they are trying to figure out, the questions that everyone's kind of asking themselves before they start consuming content. And if you can answer some of these questions for people like really quickly, like right when they first discover your channel and your content, you're going to have a much higher hook rate. Your bounce rate is going to be a lot lower, and it'll be less likely to just kind of bounce and go to another channel and leave. And so your content, your channel will be more stickier, and they'll stick around and be more likely to subscribe. So that's what I'm talking to you guys about today. Good to see all of you guys here in the chat, and Michael and Troy and RV and Quit Laughing, God Plays. Hey guys, good to see all of you. So I actually wrote down notes this time because you guys remember the last live stream I did. I actually, lost my notes and kind of lost my train of thought part of the way through. So that's not going to happen this time. This is gonna be fun. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys in the chat as we go through this content and material here together about answering these questions for people to get them to subscribe to your channel. And Hansi, I'm well. How are you? Good to see you guys. Bonzna, good to see you, and glad this is helpful for you guys. So let's do this. I want to interact with your comments and talk with you guys here in the live event. Let's get through the content here, and then let's kind of do the Q&A stuff at the end so that the people who are watching the replay, maybe that's you, can kind of get the main value out of this that you guys want. Hey, Alex, Animated World, good to see you too. So there's two main questions that most people are thinking before they subscribe to a channel. And this isn't just YouTube. This is before people consume content in general, whether that be YouTube videos, magazines, radio shows, books, like whatever. Before we consume podcasts, before we consume content, we ask these two things. And you've heard me talk about these two things many, many times before. And so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on them. It's the third one that we haven't really talked as much about. That's kind of way more subliminal. And I'll talk with you guys about that one too. That's the main thing I want to talk about. But first of all, these first two things, kind of foundational things, are one, people are asking the question, is this for me? And two, do I care about this? So the first thing they're doing is they're coming to your channel and really quickly they're thinking, is this a channel for me? Is this something I would be interested in? Is this something that has value for me? And they're usually looking at the lens of, whatever you're pitching to them. So if you're not pitching who this is for as a part of your content, I named my channel after my target audience, which is video creators, right? So that helps. But if someone can't come to your content and look at you and see if your header image, your channel trailer, the playlist beneath it, your actual content itself, and immediately feel I feel this is for me. That's what your content has to do. That's the first thing you have to get them to do, to feel okay, now I'm interested. I feel like he's talking to me. I feel this is someone this is a channel I'd be interested in, which then means that you need to know who that person is. You need to know who that target audience is that you're going after. You need to know who that ideal subscriber on your channel, who they are, what they look like, what their problems are, what they're trying to solve, the roadblocks they're experiencing, the problems they have, maybe the victories and the success that they're having, what is the case may be. Just are they in school? Are they not in school? If they're in school, what's it like? What are they going for? Just know as much about this person as you can. It makes it really easy if that person is also yourself and you're targeting someone just like yourself, which is what I did when I started video creators. It's I wanted a channel that was going to teach me how to do some of the stuff on YouTube. There wasn't one out there, so I was all right, I'm going to make it. So that's how I got started. But yeah, so what's this for me? So for me, let's use this channel as an example. You come to this channel and you're okay, yeah, I'm a YouTube creator. So yes, it's for me. But then the second thing is, this is the value proposition, and this is the question they're asking is, do I care? So yes, I can see this is for me. Tim is doing, hey, Chelsea Crockett, it's good to see you. Tim is doing content that is teaching me how to grow my audience on YouTube. And I have a YouTube channel trying to grow it. So yes, this is for me. But do I care? You know, so that would look like, you know what, but Tim's talking mostly about, you know, you need to have big budgets to grow your channel, and he's talking a lot about doing a lot of ad spends and things. Like, I don't really care about that. Like, I'm a personal channel. I don't really have a big budget, so it's it's for me, but I don't care, right? So it has to be, yes, this is for me. I am a YouTube creator, and yes, like I'm trying to grow my channel organically from scratch without like a huge budget. I don't have like, you know, Hollywood production budget here to put into this thing. So like, yes, I do care. So both of those have to be true, whether it's like a beauty channel, you know, for you, or a gaming channel, or a vlogging channel, or a how-to tutorial channel, like whatever the case may be. Those two are the most important things. So I want to hear from you guys in the chat here. Who's some of your, like, tell me about your target audience for your channel. I want to read some of these off here. But who is it that your channel is specifically targeting? And then also tell me, what is the main value, like, that you're providing, the value proposition of your channel? You know, so say I am targeting blank and delivering like whatever, right? So do that here in the chat. I want to read some of your options, and then I want to dig into the third thing, though, which is the main, like one of the main reasons why people subscribe and is often overlooked. Thank you, Larry, for the $20. A little something for giving of your knowledge and for the sake of helping others, and for baby number 7. Thank you. So there, yes, we are pregnant with baby number 7. 7 kids in 7 years. It's crazy. It's awesome, but our lives are crazy right now. So I had a few minutes to come hang out with you guys here because I wanted to give this to you so you can keep going with your channels. But yes, our lives are crazy right now. So let's see here. Shoot some of your social. I'm looking for you guys to share some of your target audiences and value propositions. Here we go. Action for aging. My target audience is over 50 and purposing to take action on the value of this season in life. Okay, great. Let's see here. Who else is showing? Someone else hasn't started. Target is a general audience. I target a cringeworthy. Let's see here. Follow your dreams and make them come true. Keith Olson. Okay. A music channel can be a great choice. Rainbow Farts. I've missed it. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with you guys here. Fat to vegan. My target audience is someone just like me. I make videos that I like about weight loss and being healthy. And as I learn, I show people what I'm learning. I love it. That's awesome. That's great. That's a great channel, it sounds like. Let's see here. Desert Gear. I am targeting gamers and been trying to deliver good quality games and comedy to make people smile. Okay. Now let me just camp on this because this is something I'm glad you brought this up, Desert Gear. One of the things that like a lot of people say, hey, the value I'm trying to deliver is like I'm funny. You should subscribe to my channel because I'm funny, or I'm going to make people smile. The problem with those types of value propositions is that they're really subjective. You know, so you like if someone came up to you, probably be like, "Hey, we should be friends and we should hang out and talk right now because I'm a pretty funny guy." You'll be like, "I'll be the judge of that," right? Like it would be better to. Thank you for the $5, Chelsea. I gotta get to these, and I really do appreciate that $20. That like, Larry, is so freaking amazing. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Right now in this phase of life as we're gearing up to welcome baby 7 into the world. Whew, baby 7. Crazy just to say that out loud. But I would recommend that you have a target audience or a value proposition that's more objective. So, hey, I'm going to do this for you, and just have them like, you know, like if you tell them subscribe because I'm funny, they're going to look at your channel through the ends of, do I think he's funny? And humor is so subjective. What you find funny isn't what I find funny. What I find funny isn't what someone else finds funny, you know? And so if you're telling me subscribe because I'm funny, and so they say, all right, let me see if you're funny. I don't think you're funny. Then they're out. But let's say instead, like, hey, subscribe because, you know, we're going to work through some of the difficult problems of life here together. And through the course of watching your videos, they just, and he's funny too. That's awesome, right? Like have things that are really subjective, like humor, and like make you smile and things like that. Have that kind of be like a surprise, like icing on the cake, you know, more so than something that then you're pitching. It just comes off a little bit better. Just because Christian content. Oh, thank you, Chelsea / Brandon, whoever this is. I really do appreciate that. That's awesome. So Brendan, I'm targeting Disney lovers and offering vlogs from Disney World and sharing my love of all things Disney. Awesome. Let's see here. I'm going to do a few more of these because I want to get to that third thing for you guys. I'm a DJ that helps DJs from marketing jobs to networking and gaming those gigs. Awesome, Kalema Tempa. I don't know my target audience. I'm trying to figure that out. I would recommend you don't try to figure it out like by seeing who's already there, because you're just chasing like whoever's there and trying to make them happy. It's a really it becomes a very tiresome way of building a channel. I'd recommend you decide who you want to attract and they make content that attracts that person, rather than just just trying to keep whoever happens to be there happy. That's a difficult way to do it. Butterfly planner. My channel 20 to 50-year-old women who love planning with stickers. Oh, I want to see a different way of using them. That's sweet. I love that idea. That's so cool. Audience drivers, driver mic, passengers, or anyone interested in the rideshare space. I help drivers maximize their profits and ratings while keeping everyone informed about rideshare, Uber and Lyft. That's great. Sweet. Let me skip to the bottom because I want to get into number 3 here for you guys. And thank you. Yes. Chelsea, Brandon, Larry, you guys. That's awesome. Sorry. That really means a lot to me. Thank you. So there's a third value. All right. And then I want to hear from you guys, in the chat here as well about how you deliver this one. So I call both of these things like the target audience and the value proposition. That is, who is this for me, the target audience, and should I care? Those first two questions. Or do I care? Those are the foundational things. That's what's going to hook someone to start watching your channel, to start being interested in the first place. But this third thing is the thing that's actually going to keep them coming back. It's the thing that's going to turn them into just a passive viewer, into a fan, and then from a fan into a super fan, and into an integral part of your channel's community. And so, and for some people, this would be like the actual value that you're actually providing. Now we can talk about target audience value proposition, and people are like, well, common questions like, well, what about Casey Neistat? Like, what value is he providing? Or what about PewDiePie? Like, they don't have a value proposition, do they? Maybe not that they can state, but this third thing, they're just nailing it, And this is what's actually causing channels like that to grow, even though you're like, oh, I don't get what it is right off the top, right off the bat. I don't understand. Why are their channels growing? What's their value proposition here? So it's this, okay? There's two main values: the content you're trying to deliver and who you're trying to deliver it to, and the value you're trying to provide. But this third thing is so important, and it is, it's a perceived relationship that the viewer is building with you, the creator. And so this is when they're asking the question. They're asking, one, is this for me? 2, do I care? And this is the third is when they're asking, who are you? Do I like you? Do I feel like we could be friends? Do I feel like we could hang out and have a good time? Do I feel like, if this is something like this is something that you or someone, I feel like, I like you, I trust you, I feel like I'm getting to know you, and that relational value is really strong. That's the main thing that's really gonna, when you get that going, that's really gonna grow your channel. People are gonna love it, and that's what they're gonna start telling their friends about it. They're gonna start sharing your videos, because it's not just like I'm watching Tim to learn how to grow my YouTube channel, but as I'm watching Tim, yes, I'm learning to grow my YouTube channel, but I'm learning to do that from a guy, hopefully, that I feel like I could hang out with. I feel like we could be friends. I feel like there's a relational connection. The guy's crazy. He's got baby number 7 on the way, right? There's something interesting. I don't know. Maybe going on here, but on your channel, how do you do that? How do you start building that human connection? I have a few ideas for you guys practically, that I think are going to help you do this, so that as that relational value builds, that's the actual value that's really going to grow your channel. So let me give you a few ideas. The main number one way, hands down, that I think that you're going to do this is simply by telling your story and integrating your story and who you are into your content. Even here in this very live stream so far, I've been streaming for about 15 minutes now. And so far, even in this live stream, you guys have heard a little bit about my story. You know, I got baby number 7 on the way. She's pregnant. Life is crazy right now. You know, I'm a Christian, and we talk about like a lot of faith things on our family's channel. And even here coming up in a few weeks, it'll be not the main theme, but it'll be mentioned in one of our videos here as well. There is... I forget, I'm losing track, but like you've heard me say many things about myself personally here in this, and it's not because like, hey guys, get on a live stream and you're gonna listen to me talking about myself. No, it's like me talking about myself naturally because I feel like we are hanging out. Like I feel like we do have a connection. I feel like there is some relationship between us that we've grown over the years, and I've gotten to know many of you through your channels, through your comments. You know, like you can be pretty sure, like Larry Snow, the next time I see him, like I remember Larry Snow. Thank you so much for $20. You know, Chelsea Crockett. Like I know these people. You know, these are like friends. And so I feel like you get that. Thank you, the Tyven Show. I appreciate that. Like just because we're hanging out here. Okay, so tell your story. Now that doesn't mean you just make a whole video dedicated to it, although you could, like a Draw My Life series or something, but just integrate it into your content as it makes sense. Let me give you a really good example of this, of why this is important. There's a friend of mine named Patrick Hanlon. He wrote a book called Primal Branding, which kind of goes way more into this about like how do brands develop cult-like followings. And he breaks it down in the set. Actually, I have the book right here. Didn't even plan on it. It just happened to be sitting right here. Primal Branding by Patrick Hanlon. I highly, highly, highly recommend this book. And when you read it, you'll be like, oh, that's why that YouTube channel has really lame content, but they get millions of views and everyone loves them. Oh, that's why that music band has like terrible music, but they're really popular or whatever. That's why, you know, because it has actually less sometimes to do than the actual quality of the content itself, and more to do about these things, this narrative that's wrapped around the brand that causes people to really love it. So one of the things he does is he will have, he'll be giving a presentation, and he will have a few people, 2 people from the audience stand up in the audience, you know, 2 people. And I'll ask one person, like, what's your name? Where did you go to school? You know, what's your job position now? Where are you from? Just really basic information. And then he'll ask the other person, nothing. And then he'll ask the rest of the audience, he say, okay, you have these 2 people. Which person are you more likely to entrust your car keys to? And almost everyone points to the person where they at least know something about them. You know, their name, where they're from, what their job is, you know, just like really basic information, as opposed to the person they know nothing about. And so knowing a little bit about someone's story and a little bit about their background and who they are, it makes it way far easier for us to start establishing a human connection, like an emotional connection with the person that we're watching or listening to. And so you guys should absolutely do the same thing. You know, sometimes I think we forget, and I'm going to finish this up, but as I'm finishing that, because I know there's a long delay, you guys in the chat here, start telling me about some of your ideas about how you create and establish a relational connection with your audience too. I share with you one of mine, but I'd love to hear from you guys here in the chat. But you know, sometimes I think we forget that YouTube is designed for social interaction. Like this is a social media platform. This isn't just a like broadcast platform, although it, you know, broadcast yourself is, you know, has been a big part of this platform, but it's much more than that. And I think that everyone wants to belong to something. Everyone wants to feel like they're part of something that's bigger than themselves. And your channel can be that place where people feel like they belong, where a community is formed, and where you start mobilizing people to like make a big difference in the world. Like a video I talked about last week with Evan Carmichael. And you can start doing that on your channel by telling your story, by start building that human connection and building that human value. Like that's what's really gonna like allow that kind of thing to happen on your channel. The other thing, kind of parenthetically with this, is I think, you know, it becomes really easy for us as creators to look at and just start pursuing stats and numbers, because that's like what we have to compare ourselves to. That's what we look at to know how well is our content doing. That's, you know, am I growing? Am I not? Am I doing a good job? Like we look at all these analytics and stats and numbers, and we look and we think like, okay, the goal is to get more of these numbers, is to make these numbers go up. How do I do that, Tim? And sometimes I forget that in the process of that, we forget that each of those numbers represents an actual person, right? Like, so maybe you have 100 subscribers on your channel, and you're like, man, Tim, I only have 100 subscribers. How do I get this growing? I'm like, that's 100 freaking people like who have said, I want you to deliver your value to me. I want to watch what you have. I'm giving you an opportunity to speak into my life. Like, I fly across the country for opportunities to speak in front of 100 people. And you guys have the same opportunity on your own channel with 100 people. That's a lot, right? So don't forget that it's not just subscribers, it's not just views, but what do those things represent? This is about these are actual people that you are getting an opportunity to deliver really good value to them in a way that's going to impact them, change their life, make their life better in some way. And in that process, you can build it's a one-sided relationship. Let's be honest, right? Like it's a one-way relationship for the most part, but it's still it's perceived as like an actual relationship though. I'm sure if you guys ever gone to VidCon, it's coming up next week, or I'll be there. Love to meet you if you are. But, and even myself too, like I'll walk up to a creator because I feel like Philip DeFranco. I've been watching him since he was in an apartment with clocks on the wall behind him, for years. And so when I go up to talk to him, like, I feel like I know who his wife is. I know who his kid is. I know what the things he's kind of like working through, the questions. I know how he thinks about things. I feel like now he has no idea who I am. I've met him once, just shook his hand, talked to him briefly at the second annual VidCon. So that was like 6-7 years ago. But he's not going to remember me. But I feel like there's a relationship, right? So, and the same, maybe, and that's like why I can, like, he can publish like a video, like get over 1 million views on every video he publishes with this channel of like 6 million subscribers, a very high ratio because of that relationship, primarily often because of that relationship that he's built. So, yeah. And the other thing that I want to start reading how you guys do this too in the chat here, but is that these people, these viewers and subscribers being actual people, like this is an opportunity to really impact them and change their life. So let's go back. I'm going to scroll back up here. And get some of these. So, Hobby Sapiens, I get it. Nice. My channel's targeting specific people, collectors, all kinds of Kinder Surprise toys which are banned in the USA. But not only Kinder toys collectors, but people love cartoon characters. Awesome. Cliff, hey man, how are you doing? Good to see you. Kind of. Good for you to see me, I suppose. You guys know who Cliff is. He does what I do in YouTube world is what he does in podcasting world. So if you want to learn how to grow a podcast and grow an audience there, definitely check out Cliff. And he only lives a few miles from me, so it's awesome. Let's see here. How else you guys build human connection with each other? I'm just kind of skimming your chat here. What I've seen, Deslin Herlock, what I've seen is that people will show you how much they love your content when you forget to upload. I had people ask me about my videos and stuff I don't even know about them. Yes. Come with tempo. Exactly. I'd rather have 100 fans that interact with 10,000 that never speak, or 100,000 that never speak a word. Let's see here. What other ideas do you have? A live stream. Yeah, that's a great idea. Nels Media. We did a live stream talking about our story. We also stopped worrying so much about having perfect videos, meaning if we stumble or stutter, make mistakes, we can laugh about it and people see that. That is such a great idea. Showing, don't just tell them like, hey, I'm a real person, I have a story, but actually like living it in front of them, showing your downsides, your mistakes, your failures, your mishaps, leaving bloopers in. I did that in my last video with Evan also. You guys seem to really like that. Showing like the human side of yourself and talking, like risking some vulnerability can go a really long way of earning trust and credibility with your audience. So great, Nels. Live streams can be a great way to do that. Kind of like I'm doing here. You've seen all the mistakes I've made so far, just hanging out with you. Going to VidCon. Oh, great. It'd be great to meet you guys. Discovering Natural. I'll look for you. Let's see here. I missed one. I was going to say, someone has said, this is kind of going by too fast here. Let me just kind of skip in here. I've done side vlogs about my long-distance relationship I made with YouTube and a girl across the country. So complementing your main channel of vlogging could be one way of doing that, or just Instagram stories sometimes. Instagram can be a great way, like if it doesn't make sense to do this kind of thing on your channel, using Instagram, Snapchat, those are great platforms to just quick behind the scenes look at your life and kind of telling your story that way. Let's see here. The advice you're giving is all advice, but how do you ensure it can happen? Or what if you're not good at finding certain things or struggle in making stuff happen? Well, this would be a good channel to subscribe to. My channel is targeting persons who are interested in using social media to grow their business. I strongly believe that now. Okay, cool, great. Social media, tech TV. I'm looking for some of these other ideas. What was this one? Hi, Tim. I purchased your course and love it. A lot of useful information. Oh, you're welcome. I'm not sure which course that is. By the way, if you guys want an ebook that's going to go way deeper into a lot of the stuff we talked about today and how do you design and craft a highly subscribable YouTube channel, there's a link in the description of this live stream, or there's an interactive card on this video that'll take you to my ebook. It's called 30 Days to a Better YouTube Channel. And every day for 30 days, it's going to give you a teaching, something you need to know. Second, it's going to give you a task, something you need to do on your channel right then. And then third, it's going to provide links to further resources if you really want to dig in and take that training to the next level on your channel. So highly recommend it if you really want to make your channel sticky as possible and getting those people to subscribe to your channel so you can start gaining momentum and starts growing. That ebook is like one of the most valuable resources they've ever created for you guys. So if you're interested, see if it's right for you or not. There's a link in the description below or interactive card around here somewhere too. Let's see here. I'm just looking to see if you guys have any other suggestions about how you build a human relationship with other people. You guys have other questions here, which is great, but I'm looking for your ideas so we can all learn from each other. Chelsea Crockett, I have your latest course, top notch, highly recommend. Thank you, Chelsea. That's the one on turning YouTube into your full-time career. So someone else was just up here. I saw after the YouTube apocalypse, I still can't manage to upload more than once a week. The YouTube ads thing is like one of the lowest ways of making money. That's like a good way of making the least amount of money on YouTube possible. I highly recommend like the course, and I guess Chelsea does too. Thank you, Chelsea. Where it's actually about building a business model around your channel that goes far beyond AdSense. And it's only been out for a few months, and already some people have taken their relatively small channels and gone full time on them, and even hired other people really quickly because of what they learned in that course. So go check it out. It's called Turn YouTube into Your Career, and it's also available at videocreators.com. Just click on all courses at the top of the website, and you'll find it in there. I'm taking your latest course. Love all the info. Okay, that's the course that they're talking about, the one that Turn YouTube into Your Career. It's about how do you make money on YouTube and make your channel financially sustainable and turn it into a full-time income. Here in Video Creators, it was earning about $10,000 a month when I had about 3,000 subscribers. Now it's me, supports a whole team of us that are just here. We just focus our time on serving you guys. And it's not because I have massive subscribers or views, as you guys can see, right? This is a very small niche that I'm serving on this. It's not going to be a multi-million subscriber channel here at Video Creators. So, all right, let's do one more. I love this one here. I just glanced, saw a few keywords popped out. Honesty and being honest has always worked for me. I don't look at my videos as YouTube videos, more like short documentaries. Yes, honesty, that transparency, that vulnerability is going to be huge for building that relational connection with your viewers. So, awesome, guys. A lot of great ideas here. I'm going to be looking back through you guys who are watching the replay of this, your comments down below. I'm going to be watching what you guys put down there as well. And really enjoyed hanging out with you guys here and talking about how we do this and how we grow our channels and how we serve people really, really well. So thank you guys for letting me be a small part of this. If you'd like to subscribe and you haven't already, I'd love to have you do that because we're an awesome community. I love hanging out with you guys. And I'm trying to do live streams every week. It's been about Monday or Tuesdays. We've been doing live streams. If you want to get a text message notification the next time I go live, you can text the word VC Live, VCLIVE, to the number 43506. Again, VC Live to the number 43506. If you missed it, just rewind a bit. You get it again, and I'll send you a text message notification when I go live. Or you can enable notifications on my channel by hitting the bell icon next to the subscribe button. And see you guys hopefully again next week when we go live. And I got some great content for you guys coming up this week and next week. I'm really excited to publish it for you, and I'll look forward to hanging out with you guys then in the comments of those videos. So thank you guys. Hope this has been helpful for you. And go build some relationships. This is all about people, not videos. Videos are just the tool we use to reach people and change their lives. So thank you for letting me be a small part of that, guys. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys again on Thursday. Bye.